Hey there, welcome to CNT Collectibles. I'm C.
I'm T.
And we're going to continue on with our series of our top 5 players at each position. And today we're doing the first baseman.
There's a lot of good, talented first basemen.
Well, typically, if you can't hit, you can't play first base. And so we'll see a lot of the bigger bats in here, maybe an MVP or two or something like that. But yeah.
We're blocking Pete Alonso's head.
We're blocking. Well, maybe we'll see him again in the very near future.
The home run, well, not the home run leader, but the rookie home run leader.
Correct. You are correct. So we're going to start it out with just kind of an honorable mention here. So Josh Bell, he had a really good season in like 2018 or something like that.
Yeah, when I saw him come in, I was like, this guy's going to be amazing. But now it's like, I mean, he's still a good first baseman.
Still a good first baseman. I think there's room for some improvement here. So this is not our top 5. This is kind of an honorable mention. But in 2021, 260 average, 270 BABIP. Here's what I really like about him. He's got that elite plate presence, all right? 11% walks, 17%, 18% strikeouts, 118 weighted runs created. Above average, not elite, 27 home runs, 25% home run to fly ball ratio, and 37% hard hit ratio. So there's some room for some potential improvement. What Washington is doing with bringing in some other players, maybe he's got a little bit of lineup protection another year there, maybe he's comfortable, and the projections have him similarly in average, an increase in BABIP, so he should be able to get, he was a little unlucky, he can regress more towards his career numbers here. The walk and strikeout rate, he's kind of settled in, 126 weighted runs created, and a 30 home run guy. A guy who's 270 with 31 home runs. You know, that's a shot at top 5 at almost any position. So, he had over 55 hard hit in 2021. That was the first time in his career. Higher hit rate, this is the Fangraphs version. This is the StatCast version. I never know which one to go with, but I think that Josh Bell is a player to watch out for this year.
What's in the middle of 37.5 and 50?
Well, subtract that from 50. Okay, so we have 12.5, and then you have to, 6.25 or something. So
6.25 is what he got.
Right, not how that works. Okay, anyways, here's our top 5. Goldy, we love Goldy, right? So average 300 average, he is what he is at this point. Maintains a little over 300 BABIP because he's a fast guy. Even for his age, he's a fast guy. Walked the least amount of his career last year, so he's usually a little bit higher than that. Strikes out about 20% of the time. 138 weighted runs created. Just a terrific season overall. 31 home runs, 16% home run to fly ball ratio, which has room for some improvement. And 41% of the balls he hit are hard hits, okay? And last year, he really started swinging a little bit harder here, and he barreled up the ball better. So 14% of his hits were barreled up. So he has that nice combination of launch angle and exit velocity. What do you have, like 114 mile per hour exit velocity? Right up there with the elites. It was a terrific season overall. A couple things may show to some regression. If you see a little BABIP regression, that'll drop the average down just a little bit. They do expect him to walk and strike out around the same period of time. But again, with that level of regression, the projections are looking for him to take a tiny step back, still be above average. Again, that's a high level for an older player, and he totally deserves it because he's awesome. But just maybe sub 30 home runs. It wouldn't surprise me if he maintained what he did last year, something close to it. But as a first baseman, there may be some players that can do that without a lot of question or even exceed it. Should we see who else we got here? We like Goldy, though. We like Goldy, top 5 first baseman.
Yeah, I actually he has a really unique batting stance.
He does, but it works.
It looked kind of like Nolan Arenado's.
Okay, well, they're on the same team now. They can just kind of feed it. It's like older people, as they start to people say they like married couples, like over a long period of time, they start to look alike. So maybe being on the same team, they'll start to look similar or something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure how that works.
They've been on the same team for like a year.
Polar Bear last year, highest batting average of his career at 262. BABIP.
Wait a second.
We're not too worried about that one. His lowest walk rate. So the walk rate, 10%. That's a good number. His strikeouts, getting that below. All right, Polar Bear with his easy power. If he's walking 10% of the time and striking out 20% of the time, he's brought that number down from like 26 to 24. Or whatever it is, in the mid to high 20s down to sub 20. 133 weighted runs created, 37 home runs. Home run to fly ball rate was the lowest of his career. So he's hitting the ball, when he came up his rookie season, it was something like 35%, which is too high, but this is for him maybe a little bit too low.
Speaking of his 2019 season,
yes.
How did he not have over a 262 average?
It was really close to that. I want to say it was like 260 or something. It was really, really close. Well, when you hit a ton of balls and strike them, we're striking out like 26% of the time, you're not going to have much higher average than that. But getting those strikeouts down, that's some pretty seriously legit stuff. So this year, they're looking for him to regress maybe a little bit in that strikeout area, dropping his average just a touch. But the important thing is that that home run to fly ball ratio, if that kind of regresses to what he does in a normal year, 25% of his fly balls leave the park, you could see a few extra home runs tacked on, and that weighted runs created, tick up towards 140. This has been an elite level bat ever since he came into the league. So there was like 1 month in 2020 when that 2-month season, 1 month where it was just brutal, and you fixed it the second month and looked really good, and everyone just still has a ton of hate on him. So I don't understand. But is that strikeout rate's declined each year in Major League Baseball? This really is one of the more complete hitters in the game if he can keep that strikeout rate a little bit lower and knock out 41 home runs. So when you compare him to Goldy, it's just like I just think I see they're similar. Goldy has the average, obviously. Alonso's got the power, but I think Alonso's improving where Goldy's maybe a little bit stretched and it's going to start to dial it back just a little bit here. So that's why we have Pete Alonso at the number 4 position. Matty Olson coming over from Oakland.
This was a pretty big signing for losing Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this was kind of Freddie Freeman didn't. So they threw out a couple contract offers to Freddie Freeman. He didn't really respond, and they threw back some weird offers. And so we're just gonna get Matt Olson at this point. And Freddie Freeman was like, "Oh, well, okay, I guess I'm going to go somewhere else."
Who's Oakland going to get then?
That's Oakland's problem. They're trading away everybody at this point, so I'm sure they will figure it out. But Oakland is clearly in the rebuilding phase here.
Is that losing Matt Olson or losing Freddie Freeman and getting Matt Olson?
That worked out. So maybe we can have a comparison between these two. I don't know who the top two are, but if Freddie Freeman's in there, then we can compare him to Matt Olson. So remember these numbers here. Matty Olson with a career high 271 average last year. The BABIP. Whatever. So you take out the strikeouts and the home runs, and he does plenty of both. So the sample size is a little bit lower. But he's walking over 10% of the time. This is the big deal here. This is his lowest strikeout rate of his career. He's always, 25 plus, right? He had eye surgery, and if this is truly him or anything sub 20, this is an elite level bat. He was an elite level bat last year. He can just keep doing that. So 146 weighted runs created with 39 home runs. That was a career high. 20% home run to fly ball ratio, and 36% hard hit rate. This guy usually is around 50% for his hard hit rate. So there's room for him to improve overall here. So the average, again with the BABIP, we're going to look for the average to be around the same strikeout rate. They're looking for the strikeout rate to rise just a little bit. Anything around 20 with Matt Olson, I will take overall. I think anybody would take that. Weighted runs created, they're going to be a little bit conservative in their estimates here at 40 home runs overall. And so that puts him above guys like Alonso and Goldshit overall. So we love the strikeout rate, increase the soft contact, which isn't great. We want to see that go back into his hard hit rate. And again, that hard hit rate is low since his rookie year here. So again, if he can square up just a little bit more, he doesn't have to do much because he's already elite, but if he can do just a little bit more.
So how long has Matt Olson been playing?
His rookie season was either 2016 or 2017.
I never knew he was playing for... Okay.
And he came up and was crushing. I think he came up at the tail end of 2016. 2017 he was just absolutely crushing it. Then he was hurt a little bit.
I thought he was playing at since 2012 or 2013 or something like that.
No,
I guess not. Okay, so I was going to say, if he's been playing longer than that, 271 average doesn't really make sense.
Sure it does.
But
271, that's not bad.
He's only been playing for 4 years.
Well, no, I mean, there's plenty of players that have been around for a long time. They're hitting. If you're going to hit 270, though, you better steal 40 bases, which you're probably not because you're not getting on enough, or you better hit 39, 40 home runs. That's kind of your trade-off there. Or play amazing defense, which he can do. So
don't really hit or don't really steal bases.
Not a ton. Goldschmidt, exactly. They're usually big hitters. They're not the fastest guys in the world unless you're Goldschmidt. He used to do that. So a couple of guys to watch out for. Ty France. In 2021, 291 average. He does like fries. He maybe likes French fries. 327 BABIP, 18 home runs, 129 weighted runs created, and 3.5 wins above replacement. So as a first baseman, it's kind of like, it's fine. Or you want to see a few more home runs. But as a baseball player overall, it's like this is a legit stick here. This is a guy to watch out for. So the projections have him at 282 average with 21 home runs and an elite level bat. So it's like, all right, let's watch out for Ty France. Seattle's making some. They're making some noise here, and so that could really raise the game same with everybody. So it'll be interesting to see what, if anything, comes of that. Jared Walsh last year clubbed 29 home runs, 127 weighted runs created, darn near elite level stuff here. So looking for a slight regression on that elevated BABIP in batting average, but his home run to fly ball rate was sitting at about 25%. So there's room for him to do potentially better because he wasn't hitting a ton of balls in the air. And so if he just maintains that rate while putting more balls in the air, that will give a lift to his home runs. And you could see a 35 home run guy. This could be a pretty big deal here. And that would put him, on the outside edge of the top 5 if he is able to do that. All right. Number 2, Freddie Freeman. All right.
So when I saw this photo, it looked kind of photoshopped.
It's not. This is him accepting the contract with the Dodgers, and they always put the jersey on over the suit, which is kind of goofy looking. But man, I love that smile, man. He's a happy guy. Who wouldn't be?
A Dodgers suit. That actually
that
looks kind of cool. Do some of the staff wear that?
No, that's a jersey over his suit. So, but yeah, okay, Dodgers suit. It does make a lot more sense. 300 average, that elite strikeout and walk rate. I mean, 135. What he does is it's repeatable. This is what he does on an annual basis. And so when you see guys that are dropping their strikeout rate from 25% to 15%, it's like Freddie already does that. Guys are hitting 270. He's like, Freddie hits 300. And maybe they hit 40 home runs. Like, he's still over 30. So just an easy repeat. I'm not gonna say it's easy. It's hard, right? But super repeatable. And this is why you got to stick them in that top 2. The other guys, if they play an amazing season, they can get to where Freddie Freeman is at. Freddie Freeman's already done it. So 2022 projections, around that 300 average, walk and strikeout. He's been around long enough. We kind of know what we're getting here. 30 home runs, playing in Dodger Stadium with that lineup around him. Not that the Braves were any slouch, but again, expecting him to be an elite level player. So I'm not ready to take him out of the top 2 just yet, because we know what he's going to do. Other guys could do it. The only reason he gets bumped out of this is if he gets hurt or some of those other guys play way out of their mind. But all things being equal, Freddie does what Freddie does. He's top 2 first baseman in the league.
So if the Dodgers are basically a definition of spoiled in baseball.
The Dodgers fans are spoiled. So all right, number 1. Heard of this guy?
Okay, I did not expect that to be
last
so
year.
much green.
Did we see Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s his best season last season?
I actually want to say
at age 23, was that his best season?
Well, it looks like it. I mean, he's had more greens than anybody.
Well, because he's been around for 2 years.
Oh, yeah,
but if it stays green for him, does it stay green? Does it stay green for the rest of his career?
Maybe.
That's the question.
I just want to say that Freddie and Vladdy are probably somewhere around tied.
I don't think so. Vladdy, better average.
But look at
strikeout rate and walk rate similar. 166 weighted runs created, 48 home runs.
So yeah, I'm gonna say Vladdy now.
Yeah, that's why he's number 1 here. So this year they're looking for a lot of the same. So projections say, what you did last year? Pretty repeatable stuff. And honestly, when you look at it, pretty repeatable stuff. There wasn't anything that was, he wasn't sporting a 35% home run to fly ball rate. All right, we don't have to regress that terribly much. We do have to regress the park factor. He played in a minor league park for a while, but he's really good in Toronto as well. So maybe dock a few home runs off of that one. But otherwise, his hitting is elite plate presence. We don't have to dock him a whole lot on this one. So I think this is an easy number 1 if he stays healthy.
I just want to say that.
Way to go out on a limb.
No, I just Vladdy, I don't know why some people. Well, I don't know if some people are surprised that he's doing really well. He's the surprise was last year. When he did that.
Right. So I think that caught some people off guard. Not us. Not totally. We had him up there a little bit here, but
the only time.
But we didn't have that.
The only thing when I first knew about Vladdy, it was because you told me. I was just playing you didn't really tell me this, but I was playing MLB The Show.
Yeah.
And I saw this guy named Vladimir Guerrero. I was like, hey, isn't there this rookie named Vladimir Guerrero Jr.? So I played with Vladdy Daddy.
There you go.
And I saw he hit bombs, and I tried out Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Also hits bombs.
And then he hit bombs. So I was like,
the good people have things to do today.
Yes, they do.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.